his ass out. Unknown talked me out of above the law. Okay. Check it out. Later, he wanted me to fuck with above the law, and Unknown had just got CMW, and he talked me out of the shit. It's another gangster rap group, blah 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 blah, and I didn't, I thought they was dope, but for whatever reason, I let Unknown influence me and talk my ass out of above the law, and the rest is history. So that's one of Lonzo's stories. Okay, that's just some real shit. Okay, so
did you have a studio in Santa Monica back in the day?
Nah, my studio's always been in my house, always.
Okay, because there's something in the book and him, Hutch, and I want to say Gomac when they met up to summer, but there's so many.
I met Layla on Santa Monica Boulevard at Michel'le. That's where we connected. Okay, when he first started his first company, Rolex Records, I was up there doing something on Michel'le. He was up there doing some stuff with his label, and he needed a studio. He came by the pad. He followed me home that day. Like a good puppy, he never left. Shit.
No, it's funny. The Rolex Records, I used to always tease Law about that Monster Jam record he made.
Okay. Me and Layla connected because at that time, Morris Day had just released his first solo album, and the solo album was called Color of Success. And we both liked that album a lot. In fact, Layla had did a track on Rolex Records that was so close to Morris Day shit. When I heard Morris Day shit on the radio, I thought it was Layla. Okay, I called Law. Hey man, oh yeah, no, Lonzo, that ain't me. That's the real deal. Like what? And it was of course Morris Day. But yeah, it's just that was one of the few things. That was one of the things that he and I really jailed on was when it came to Morris Day. We both liked his style and his music. So yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. Another person that I met through Layla that I was just so blessed to work with was L.A. Dre.
Oh yeah, man.
And he was over at this time. He was at Too Short compound, downtown, and he took me in and he was like, "This is Dyer. He knows what to do. Y'all will make a perfect. Y'all be perfect together." And they all went out and was talking to Short, and I think Sling Johnson was there too on this particular day. And L.A. Dre kind of quizzed me up on what I knew, as far as equipment and this and that. I showed him a couple YouTube videos of me, and we worked together for, talked almost every day and everything, before he passed. But that was another one to me that was just like, yo, this freaking. Meeting him and meeting Stan the Guitar Man through Layla to do music with was another couple just absolute bucket list for me for sure.
Dig this right here. This another one of Lonzo crazy ass stories. I ran into Too Short. When somebody represented Too Short, he invited me down to his podcast down there in LA. He got him a nice like a warehouse situation, pool table, a whole lot, girls everywhere. As I'm pulling up, the ambulance is pulling off. I walk into the studio, and I'm here for Too Short, blah, blah, blah. But everybody was like real fucked up. Like, what's going on? What the fuck happened? And one of the girls said, L.A. Dre just had a stroke. That was it was shit. I'm sorry. It was L.A. Dre invited me down. That's what it was. I saw L.A. Dre someplace. He invited me down to the studio to meet with Too Short because I didn't really know Too Short. Too Short knew who I was, but I never really sat down and talked to him. And as I was pulling up, ambulance was pulling off, I figured somebody smoked too much weed or something. And they told me that the ambulance was taking L.A. Dre to the hospital, and he had a stroke. And me and Too Short did the podcast that day. And everybody you talking about, man, Stan the Guitar Man, dude, we go back so far. Me, L.A. Dre, and Stan the Guitar Man all come from the same neighborhood. Okay. L.A. Dre sold me my first vocoder because the dude sold it to him, thought it was an equalizer. Okay, he paid like $5 for the damn thing. He said, "Don't work. I can't make it do it. It's been making a funny ass noise." The homeboy thought it was an equalizer. Okay, Dre sold it to me for like $200, and that's how you got juice and surgery and shit because we got a vocoder from L.A. Dre.
Damn.
Wow.
That's dope. Hey, Lonzo, we might have to bring Unknown on because he's in the comments saying he didn't talk you out of.
He's full of shit like Christmas turkey.
Tell Unknown to call in.
We might have to have unknown call in.
He always wants to hide in the comments.
You always want to hide in the comments, okay? That's bullshit. Right? That's some straight bullshit. You know damn well you talking about out of Compton's Most Wanted. You sabotage my shit. You want to make room for CMW. I ain't mad at you, but goddamn, there's room for everybody. There's room for everybody. That's no shit. First time I heard Stan the Guitar Man was a regular on everybody's shit. He was a part of Torture. Yeah. He was one of the baddest cats around. In fact, his brother, he had a brother that was a bass player that was pretty tough. Brother moved on. In fact, it's a real hip hop history. People think I be lying. I tell y'all this is honest God truth. Stan the Guitar Man, lived on Town Street in LA, not around the corner from me after dark, technically, between 135th and 132nd Street. And every Saturday, my dad and I would cut Stan the Guitar Man grass. Okay, it's no bullshit. I remember when Stan and his brother got their first guitars. Okay, they was in the garage trying to figure out how to tune a goddamn guitar up. It's no bullshit. Okay, this is no bullshit.
You know, have you ever had him on your podcast?
Yeah, I'll bring him back.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring him back. Yeah, me and Stan we go back to not to what 12, 13 years old. Okay, and L.A. Dre lived right down the street, around the corner or something. I never knew a Dre lived there, but I knew he lived in the neighborhood. He was a regular at Eve After Dark. Real talk.
No, Stan hooked me up with one of my long-term clients about 10 years ago.
Who's that?
Who?
Johnny Guitar Watson.
Wow.
Estate people.
Nice.
Stan's the one who hooked me up with them. It's been at least 10 years, maybe 12 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll bring Stan back. I got to call Stan up, get him back on the show. We got to update our shit. That's right.
That's no sad.
You said Town Street. You said Town Street. That's right after McKinley, like coming from Central, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What you know about that, man?
Hey, he's a down the swipe boy. I think I know, man.
Town is right off of Avalon. My bad. It was between San Pedro and Avalon, between 135th, 132nd. Okay. Yep. And speaking of lying, motherfuckers, this nigga, I know, just walked in the studio.
Unknown.
He walked in.
Get him on camera. Get him on camera. Yeah, right.
He ain't gonna come on camera. He be a toy everything with a lens out of here if I put his ass on camera. He be everything with a lens out here. I'm gonna plug his ass up if nothing else. I'm gonna try and plug him up.
Yeah, go to plug him up, man. I can keep it going while you do that, actually.
All right, I'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have Money B in the building.
I hit the wrong person. I'm supposed to hide me.
Nope.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, thank you all for joining us, man. Definitely appreciate it. Money B, can you tell everybody where they can find you? I know you're still doing your podcast thing, and you and I actually we did our shows together way back in the day at T Radio V, man.
T Radio V. I was just talking about that today.
The Going Way Back show, man. Yeah, I was there. I was the Dusty and Heidi show. It was me and my homegirl Heidi. But yeah, good times, man. But tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
You can find me at MoneyB69 on Instagram and Twitter, and then we have the Digital Underground Facebook fan page, the Digital Underground fan page on Facebook. Get ready to launch. Well, I have my Twitch channel, but I'm really about to go heavy on Twitch, and that's at MoneyB69 as well. But really, anything that I'm doing, tap in with me at MoneyB69 on Instagram, and usually I share all the information about everything else from there.
I love it.
But
yeah, I do remember.
When I went real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
I want everybody to look out because I am starting a new podcast with a couple of cats, and it's called With the Fellas. It's 3 of us, and the focus of the podcast is on entertainment, Web3, and community. So each of us kind of bring that. So it's Web3 and tech, plus the entertainment aspect with the community aspect of everything. So it's a well-rounded little group we got, and we're just going to kind of kick it out there. But it's called With the Fellas, and we hope to launch it officially, by next month.
Nice. Looking forward to seeing what you have to bring to the table, man. Because I know I love your content, dude. And you have an interview with Laylaw going back to the T Radio V thing. I know you guys have.
I got like 8 interviews with Laylaw.
Yeah, make sure you check them out. I'm telling everybody, if you want to know about Laylaw, there's no better podcast to hit on YouTube. Just type in "Going Way Back Show" or "Money B and Laylaw," and you'll find it. It's very very entertaining. Lonzo is the unknown.
I got his mind ass over here. He goes trying to refute the truth. Okay, he's another one trying to rewrite the goddamn truth. Goddamn it! No, go ahead.
All right. So, once again, generally, I like my man say, I like to play the bat because Lonzo is pretty much he's the defender of the. You know how they have the Marvel universe, we have the Compton universe. So Lonzo is kind of like Thor defending it, but every now and then he try to throw some mess in the game. Okay, I don't know what he talking about with Above the Law. I never knew Hutchnip. I never knew him. The first time I ever saw those guys was at Donovan's studio hanging out with Dre, and I was like, man, this music is fire. So as far as I know Laylaw had him, and Lonzo didn't want to be involved with that kind of music to begin with back then. He didn't want that. He didn't heard Lonzo say on his podcast, he's a lover, not a fighter. He didn't want to be out here swinging and chopping. And Above the Law, they was real. So I don't know. Once you get Lonzo's age, things get a little muddled. You get a little confused about stuff, about the truth. Adrian just sitting up there like, hey, you should be nodding your head, right?
Wait. Hold on.
Time for this one to come home.
This thing gonna be lying there. He didn't hear the goddamn Above the Law was not here. They just brought the cassette to the pad. We in the living room listening to the shit. This shit was dope then, okay? He had just got a deal with CMW. I think he just got him we had just cut the deal with CMW, and I got the impression he didn't want no extra gangster pressure at that time, okay?
Lies.
Laylaw was gonna do the deal. Cause I think we had West Coast or something like that, man. If I ain't mistaken, Laylaw wanted to bring him to West Coast. And that's why he brought. If you had CMW, we definitely.
No, man. Are you thinking about Penthouse?
No, I'm thinking about Laylaw and Above the Law. Okay, ask Hutch. If I ain't mistaken, Hutch remembers this story as well.
Because Penthouse
came after West Coast, didn't they?
No, okay.
Unknown. Unknown. Wasn't that after West Coast?
Yeah.
What?
Definitely. That was after
West Coast.
But Penthouse players, we had like Player Ham. He might be confused.
Penthouse came to West Coast.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. When you get Lonzo's age, these things kind of start blending. You like the secret. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect. Hip hop is 50 years old, and Lonzo, Lonzo kind of pretty much brought in disco and shit. So it's
Wait, can I tell my unknown story?
Oh, go
Hell
ahead,
no. Hell no.
Hold on. Shut his ass up. Go ahead, Money B. Go ahead.
Nah, it ain't bad. So back when we first came out and we started coming to LA, I was some of the first people I met was like Sin Dog and Be Real, Cypress Hill, but I was real close with Rose from Body and Soul, right? So I remember one time I was talking to Rose and she's like, yo, come on, meet me over here at Unknown Crib. I never saw you. You never came out, right? But I was at your house.
That must have been my house.
Upstairs. Or whoever's house it was. All I know is I was over there and I was like, what's happening? I was like, what's going on? And she was like, oh, he's down there recording this group, CMW, Compton's Most Wanted. I was like, word? And I was kind of listening a little bit. I could hear a little bit, but nobody came up. But I was over there. And then when I left, a little while later, I started hearing more about Compton's Most Wanted. I was like,
that was Lonzo's crib. That had to be
because
Rose was living here then, probably.
Yeah, Unknown had a studio here too, though. That's what it was.
Yeah, well, whatever it was, Rose had me in somebody's house.
Yeah, in my house.
They was recording.
There you go. See, we got it straightened out. See, yeah. Like, you know what, man? In a way, Unknown got a point because some of this shit get past my ass. I be forgetting some of this shit. Long
Now
ass.
you gonna admit it.
Ain't got nothing to do with no Alzheimer's. Goddamn, it's been 45 fucking years. Okay, so
Hip hop is 50 years old. We started
in the
before hip hop.
that
That's sad, bro.
we was fucking with the Bee Gees and shit. So and Anita Ward, Adrian, don't laugh like you wasn't.
Hey,
Ring my bell.
We had Cowboy and Laylaw too. Damn it, Laylaw ain't young. Laylaw.
Does anybody know how old Layla was though? Actually,
50. He was born in 64.
okay.
Okay, so 14 years older than me, so he would be 58, 59.
Yeah,
58, 59.
Yeah.
Laylaw's part of the old guard. He just had kind of like he had a younger face than what he was, right? People thought like he was a big dude, but people thought he was younger than what he was along the way. But he part of the old guard.
Yeah, he is.
He used to have dreads too. Laylaw used to have dreads.
I remember that.